Hello there, Big John here. Bosh! I am absolutely delighted to announce that later this year I'll be joining my good friends at Infinity Rugby in Marseille for Rugby World Cup 2023. I'll be watching England versus Argentina and Scotland versus South Africa while staying on an all-inclusive cruise ship. Ahoy! Bosh! Rugby World Cup! Bosh! Marseille! Lebash! England versus Argentina! Bosh! Puma! Bosh! Scotland versus South Africa! McBosh! Buckbosh! If you want to join, I'm able to offer a Big John discount. Just email will@infinitysportstravel.com and quote Bosh10 for a 10% discount. Bosh! Got people on my phone that I haven't spoken to for 10 years. If I rang them up and said, look, there's 5 blokes outside my front door, can you come and help me? They'd be here. You know, so I've got plenty of people that would help me.
On the night. Secondly, I could have done this fight in many different places around the world. You can't do it. You know, you've seen the feedback, you've seen the response. He has to clear his name or he has to have his case heard. So what we are not going to do, and what we won't accept anyway, is just to go and get another licence and put this fight on in December. No. Let's have the process, go through the legal process of Conor Benn, and then we see what the result is.
I don't need to save money. I want to put on good fights. So that was a good fight for the zone. So I'm disappointed. But what is the point in signing up for drug testing if when you fail, everyone just goes, oh, don't worry about it, just let him fight, you know? Yeah. So, and the argument of, well, it's all right with UKAD is totally irrelevant. You've signed drug testing with VADA, the best testing agency, in my opinion, in the sport.
Right, if I was on the phone to the Chinese, local Chinese, it'd be egg fried rice, special fried rice, large, plain chow mein, shredded chicken chow mein, large, salt and chili king prawn, salt and chili chicken, kung po prawn, sweet and sour chicken balls, sweet and sour pork balls, shredded chili beef, beef in black bean sauce, mini pancake rolls, large pancake roll, curry sauce, 2 portions of prawn crackers. Bosh. On Saturday night, I'll be listening to Usyk versus Joshua, exclusively live on TalkSport, while I'm enjoying my Saturday night Chinese. Special fried rice, bosh. Special chow mein, bosh. Sweet and sour chicken balls, bosh. Sweet and sour chicken Hong Kong style, bosh. Salt and chili king prawn, bosh. Salt and chili chicken, bosh. Barbecue spare ribs, bosh. Roast pork Chinese style, bosh. Crispy aromatic duck, bosh. Chips, bosh. Prawn crackers, bosh. Curry sauce, bosh.
Yes, bumper clarté indeed. Jesus, just when we thought we'd seen the last of Dillian Whyte and his merry band of fanboys, it looks like we're about to go back on, yeah? The Dillian Whyte merry-go-round once again. Jeez, missed. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Have you guys pressed 1 if you've missed the Dillian Whyte merry-go-round? I'll be honest with you, yeah? I miss, Dillian Whyte and all these fanboys from the sport of boxing, to be honest. I miss them videos. Remember them videos that we used to see on YouTube? Dillian Whyte has a better chin than Tyson Fury. Do you remember them videos? I tell you what, that for me was the peak era of British boxing. Yeah, when we used to have Dillian and his fanboys running riot, and we used to have, and we used to have those kind of videos. You think I'm joking? If you Google that right now, I'm here to tell you that exists, man. Dillian Whyte has a better chin than Tyson Fury. Man, bring the glory days back, man. Bring the glory days of Dillian Whyte, yeah, and his big left hook, yeah, back, yeah. Hey, Dillian Whyte's got this left hook. If he lands his left hook, that's it. It's over. Remember them days back in, what was it? Back in 2022. Yo, if Dillian lands this left hook, it's over. It's over. If Dillian lands this big left hook, it's over. Same left hook that Joseph Parker took for 12 rounds. Same left hook that Marius Whack, yeah, took for all them rounds. Remember that? Same left hook that bounced off Marius Whack head, yeah. Marius Whack got out of the ring safe and sound. And then these men were coming out with some, yo, let me tell you, this left hook hits Tyson Fury. This fight's over. It's a 50-50. This fight's over. Bring back the can man, yeah? Bring back the fan man. Let me tell you right now, down here in the UK, what is it, temperature? We're waiting on a thunderstorm to arrive down here in Warren Towers, but I mean, it's been close to 30 degrees, yeah, over this weekend. Well, let me tell you something. If you guys need a bit of air conditioning, yeah, if you guys need a bit of air conditioning out there, then let me tell you, the fan man, aka Dillian Whyte, will be coming, yeah, to a boxing arena near you. So, like I said before, anybody turning up to the O2 Arena around about September time to see Dillian Whyte versus Anthony Joshua 2, let me tell you something. If it happens to be a hot summer due to global warming, cough, 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 don't have to bring no fans, mate. You don't have to bring no fans, don't have to bring no air conditioning. Don't worry about bringing your puffer jacket with you because Dillian Whyte will be there conditioning the air, innit, yeah? He'll be there hitting fresh air for a cool 3-4 rounds, yeah? Making the arena nice and cool, yeah, for all the passers-by. So, yeah, welcome to today's show. It's been a while, isn't it, since we've done AJ Watch, isn't it? It's been a while, but what do you think, innit? What do you think? If you want to start off with AJ Watch, press 1. In fact, don't press anything. Let's start off with AJ Watch. Shevin, I hope you're watching. This meme comes from Shev.
What we got here? The throwback lumberjack workout. AJ chopping the wooden block. What? Oh, God. He's just created the modern boxing equivalent of Excalibur. Forget sword in the stone. We've got the axe in the log. AJ. What we got?
That's one of my favorites. I tell you, man. Sir AJ, you know what? Do you mind if I give that a rewind? That got sent to me by Shevin, yeah? And that is one of my favorites, man. I've seen some fucking... This is why people say, Ultra, why don't you make videos no more? Like, why is it you make like a video a month or a video every couple of weeks? Because you know what it is, honestly? It's depression. Like, you know, you fucking imagine waking up first thing in the morning, yeah? And before you've had your 50 megs of sertraline, you open your inbox and people are sending you absolute guff, yeah? Like this.
What we got here? The throwback lumberjack workout. AJ chopping the wooden block. What? Oh, God. He's just created the modern boxing equivalent of Excalibur. Forget sword in the stone. We've got the axe in the log. AJ.
AJ. Hey. It's good to see the AJ fans in high spirits, you know, to be honest with you. It's been a while, isn't it? It's been a while since these AJ fans have had anything to get hyped about, innit? Ever since the guy got dealt with by Usyk, he had that meltdown, that post-fight meltdown in the ring. Yo, I don't know what's going on down in Ukraine. I don't have a clue what's going on, but I know it's not nice. He got schooled by Usyk. He had that meltdown in the ring, and then he put on that fucking absolute stinker versus Jermaine, yeah, Jermaine the ice cream man Franklin. So look, AJ fans haven't had a lot to cheer about recently, so it's good to hear them, yeah, getting back in voice. Here we go. The news straight from Michael Beanpole Benson himself, who does exist and is a real person. I know this because even prior to the photos of Michael Benson coming out, obviously I know people who've actually met him at Talk Sport. So yeah, we won't say much about Benson. But anyway, Anthony Joshua is reportedly now closing in on a deal to rematch Dillian Whyte on August the 12th, yeah? According to Mike Coppinger. Jesus Christ. Anthony Joshua, yeah, versus Dillian Whyte. I call this the fight that absolutely nobody wanted to see. Look, Fury versus Chisora 2, yeah, I would say so. But listen, it's still absolute guff. Make no mistake about it. This fight is absolute guff. And I'm trying to figure out what Dillian Whyte's done, yeah, to keep getting these fights. Can somebody tell me? No disrespect. Obviously, if I saw Dillian coming down the road, yeah, I'd run a mile. Especially seeing as the experts on YouTube tell me he's got a better chin than Tyson Fury. So Dillian must be fucking well hard, isn't it? Yeah. But somebody tell me in the chat, what the fuck has Dillian done, yeah, to get these opportunities? And what do you feel about this fight? Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte too. So I'm just trying to get some memes ready in the background, yeah, while I play this. But yeah, what do you think about it? To me, like I said before, absolutely atrocious. If you're asking me, I don't know what Dillian Whyte has done to keep getting these fights. In fact, while I'm trying to get my meme game, yeah, up to scratch, let's have a look at Dillian Whyte's Twitter, yeah. So AJ has gone back into roadman mode, didn't he? He got like, if AJ is such a weird one, isn't it? Like 1 minute it's triangles and property. What's that magic triangle that AJ be talking about? Time versus price versus money. So 1 minute, obviously, he's AJ from Dragon's Den. Then next minute, he's Larry Hoover and Big Meech. Then next minute, do you know what I mean? He's the coronavirus expert AJ. He's a lot of things, isn't it, AJ? He's a lot of things. But all of a sudden now, it seems like Roadman AJ's made a return here. Look, AJ's spitting them bars again. Look, AJ saying this on his Twitter. This was a week or so ago. I don't know about any talks to fight Dillian Whyte. Every day, AJ this, AJ that. AJ's hairline going way back. But I'll still fuck your girl. Go retweet that. AJ bringing back them bars though still. AJ bringing back them bars. And you know, I'm not going to play the whole video, but if you haven't seen AJ's bars before, go on YouTube, yeah? Like I said before, him and a Cole need to have a rap battle. Yeah, bars are the slow one, I reckon, man. Who's going first? Freestyle Sunday! Who's going first? Who's going for G Poker called AJ? Ukrainian war correspondent. Hold on, give me a sec, yeah? Hold on. I'm going to do something funny for you guys. Give me a sec, yeah? Let's just check the quick head. Obviously, what's going on in the Ukraine is not funny, yeah? And not a laughing matter. But someone called AJ, yeah? The Ukrainian war correspondent. Hold on. Let's just see if we can do something here. Because this is the Anthony Joshua news channel, isn't it? Let's make no mistake, yeah? This is AJ Watch, and this is the Anthony Joshua news channel. So 1 second, yeah? How would AJ News look? Yeah, what's this? Is it in a? Oh, it's in a H1. Let's open up this H1. Hold on. Let me just see if I can get my caps lock right. Hold on. I don't know what's going on, but it's not nice. UN representative. I can't spell. There we go. And I'm not going to waste time getting the picture. There we go. How you like that? There you go. You can see it there on the screen. Right now from the Independent. Do you know what I mean? Right now from the Independent. As you can see, updated 19 minutes ago there. Anthony Joshua, front page news. I don't know what's going on, but it's not nice. So here's what it is, right? Yeah. So Anthony Joshua, he's back with the Roadman act, isn't he? He's back with the Roadman act. Like, I don't want to be disrespectful in it, but like, do you think like that Anthony Joshua might be bipolar or something? Like, I don't know. You know, he is a bit weird, isn't he? Like, no disrespect. I mean, I suffer from mental illness myself, but do you reckon Anthony Joshua might be a bit bipolar because he does switch up, didn't he? Like, you never know which AJ you're gonna get in it. Like AJ, no disrespect, but. The man comes at you like a box of dairy milk, innit? Like, you don't know which one you're going to get. You put your hands in, it could be anything. Do you know what I mean? It could be anything. You get any version of AJ on any given day, innit? So, it is what it is, innit? It is what it is. But, yeah. He's saying to Dillian, look, I don't know anything about no Dillian Whyte fight, you know? AJ this, AJ that. AJ's hairline going way back, but I'll still fuck your girl. Go and retweet that. So there you go. And then Dillian here coming back. This is Dillian Whyte, who hasn't been on Twitter for quite a while. In fact, we need to check if Dillian's actually changed his bio, because for those of you people who still follow Dillian on Twitter, you guys remember his biography. For the last 2 years, his biography on Twitter has been the real WBC champion of the world. Still in it, like he never changed it, even after he got folded in a couple of rounds. He's saying here, how's about you stop being a bitch and make the fucking fight, you weird guy. Always talking shit, tweeting stuff, then deleting. Be a man, you little bitch, Anthony Joshua. So, look, I don't know, Matt. Let's go to your comments and see what you think about it. Yo King saying, Dillian Whyte has hung around in the shadows waiting for his time to touch the ring again. How does this man keep getting opportunities, though? No disrespect, but how does Dillian Whyte keep getting opportunities? He brings no belt to the table, right? Let's just be real with it, yeah? Dillian Whyte brings no belt. And listen, I'm not fussed about belts, but it's the other guys out there who are banging on about resume and belts. So look, brings no belt to the table. Is he a massive draw? I don't know, man. You see him turn up in the O2 Arena in that fight against Jermaine Franklin? I don't know, man. I don't know. Didn't seem like he was a big draw in that fight. Let's put it that way. But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it's big question marks over Anthony Joshua. I mean, Jesus Christ. Tickets were just fucking available right until... When was the last time you saw Anthony Joshua fights and tickets be available right until the day of the fight? So, do you know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't know why he keeps getting opportunities. Do you know what I mean? He stunk the joint out in his last 2 fights. Do you think that's fair or not fair? Basingstoke Steve says Whyte is the new Chisora. I mean, I just don't get it. Like, he hasn't put on, right? If you look at his performances in the last 2 fights, you know, he talked to a hot game against Tyson Fury and he just didn't show up and got absolutely clowned, by the way, absolutely clowned in that fight, which Anthony Joshua is going to be on a loser to begin with, because Anthony Joshua is never going to do to Dillian Whyte what Tyson Fury did, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Like, whatever performance he puts in, yeah, against Dillian Whyte, it's not going to be a performance where he goes in there and he don't get touched for 6 rounds, goes in the ring, mucks about in a glorified sparring session, and then knocks him out with a highlight reel uppercut. Do you know what I mean? One shot highlight. He ain't going to better that performance. So other than money, I don't see the point in it. But you guys let me know what you think about that. Box UK saying, if AJ is going to be fighting Whyte again, I give up. It's a non-event. Sick of them fighting 2-3 times, including Chisora. There must be newer, decent box. It's just a fucking merry-go-round, isn't it? You know, it's the merry-go-round. I don't know. It's not really a fight that I'm interested in seeing, to be honest. I think Dillian Whyte's at the end of his career. And all it does is, like I said before, Dillian Whyte's got everything to gain and Anthony Joshua's got everything to lose. Because if he can't get Dillian Whyte out of there in good fashion... Okay, now, talking about things to lose, have you heard about this shite here? This shit actually could be happening, you know? This shit actually could be happening. We've been hearing about this mystical and magical fight since the best part of, 2017. But it actually looks like, yeah, Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder could really sort of get it on, which it looks, in my opinion, it's all about, you know. Can I ask you guys a question? Do you think now we're at the stage where it's cash out AJ time? Just out of interest. Do you think that, because do you not find it funny how Matchroom, no disrespect, because I don't think Anthony Joshua has ever ducked anybody in his career, right? I don't think Anthony Joshua has ducked anybody, right? But do you not find it funny the lengths that Matchroom went to, right, to protect Anthony Joshua? And now all of a sudden they're super, super keen to send him in the ring with Dillian Whyte. Let's have a listen to this.
Yeah. Come on, champ.
Living the lane, man. Living life.
Hey, bro, you're going to be bad, bro.
That's what's happening. You know what's going on.
December, yeah?
It's public news, bro. We're getting it down. We're throwing it down in December.
Listen, you better get that W.
God willing. Yeah? And same to you, bro. Make sure you win this year.
There you go. Could you guys hear that there? God willing there. That was AJ a couple of months ago there. God willing there. He's acknowledged that the fight could happen, but do you not find it funny the lengths that Matchroom went to sort of protect Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte? I mean, I'm not being disrespectful, but we've all seen the magical video of Barry Hearn, yeah, doing his fishing, saying, "Look, if this fight with Deontay Wilder don't happen for the next 5 years, I'm fine with that." You remember Barry Hearn when he was doing his fishing, talking about Wilder and AJ, and he'd be happy if they never fought for another 5 years. All of a sudden, Matchroom seemed real keen They seem real keen, yeah, to put him in a ring with Deontay Wilder, who's out here at the minute breaking punch machines. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Press the van if you can hear or see this video. This will be landing on Anthony Joshua's chin somewhere in the near future. Press the van if you can hear this.
Chin it up, chin it up, chin it up. I got my dog pole.
That's the first one. That's the first one. Look at the machine spaz out on the second one. Watch this now. First try. Watch the machine spaz out. Watch this.
Team.
Look at the numbers on the machine. Look.
Oh, come on.
You see them numbers spaz out. Look. The machine had enough. The machine tapped out. Look. Fuck. That machine's having a hard time getting to 20. Just look at it. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That machine looked like it tapped out to me. I don't know how you guys feel about that. But that machine had a hard time getting up to fucking 10, 20, 100 after that second shot there. It is what it is. That'll apparently be coming to that kind of punch will be visiting an Anthony Joshua chin on a DAZN card near you. They seem awful keen to put AJ in the ring with this guy. It is what it is. I think the whole thing is a bit of bait, really. I think it's all promoter games. I think what they want to do is they want to try and freeze Tyson Fury out. So you've got Tyson Fury, who's completely fucked himself, begging, for a fight with Anthony Joshua. Of course, Matchroom aren't going to give him the fight because it makes more sense for Matchroom, to stall Tyson Fury out so that hopefully he leaves Queensbury, becomes a free agent, and then they can promote him. So they're not going to give no Anthony Joshua fight to no Tyson Fury unless something happens with this Wilder fight. It goes off or something. But Matchroom are not going to do any favors to Queensbury or Tyson Fury. Right now, they can see that he's stalling. Right now, they can see that he can't get a fight, and they're going to try and keep it that way. They're going to try and keep it that way so that, Fury gets agitated. He has one fight left to go and then he's out of contract. And then maybe they've got a chance to sign him. And then they can do Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury on their own terms. Don't be surprised if you see Tyson Fury end up on a Matchroom card against Anthony Joshua on a DAZN card next year. I've got no inside information. I've just got a really, really odd feeling about that. Don't be surprised if you see Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua happening next year on some kind of DAZN card or something, or under some kind of Matchroom banner. Don't be surprised if you see that. He's got one fight left with his agreement, and things ain't looking too rosy, in the House of Queensbury and in the House of Top Rank right now. And like I said before, some of these fighters in it, like Billy Joe Saunders in it, sometimes you need to cross the other side of the street to realize that it ain't for you. Billy Joe Saunders crossed to the other side of the street and basically had his career ended. Has never been back in the ring since. What they put him on they undercarded him. He was undercarding to KSI, didn't it? Remember what they did to Billy Joe Saunders? He was undercarding to KSI, wasn't he? Billy Joe Saunders was undercarding to YouTubers. Do you remember that, by the way, when they said Billy Joe was going to be a massive star? Press one if you still remember that. Press one if you still remember that. Press one if you still remember that. Do you remember when Billy Joe Saunders was going to be a massive star? It was a masterclass by Eddie Hearn to make him undercard to KSI and a bunch of YouTubers. Do you remember? Because all these 14 and 15-year-olds who were just getting into boxing, they were all going to know who Billy Joe Saunders was. And he was going to become a massive superstar. Do you not remember that? Do you not remember that genius bit of promotion from Eddie Hearn? It was genius. They told me that was it. It was Saunders and Haney, on the undercard of fucking YouTubers. Apparently, it was the most genius bit of promotion of all time because Saunders was going to get this whole new fan base. All these little youths going into the amateur boxing gym for the first time. All these little youths, they're all going to go, "Oh, Billy Joe Saunders is going to be my new favorite fighter." Yeah, and then he fought Canelo and got smashed to pieces, and he's never been seen again. So there you go. It is what it is about that. Give me your final thoughts on Anthony Joshua versus. It's going to be funny, like I said before. It's going to be funny to see because some of these fanboys are both fanboys of Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte. So it's going to be funny to see which side they pick going into the fight, innit? Because some of them have got Dillian Whyte's number, innit, in their mobile phone. And then they come on YouTube talking like they're fighters, innit? Talking about, yeah, but Dillian's my best friend. I got Dillian. Dillian's my best friend. Like, I texted Dillian yesterday, but he ain't got back to me yet. But I text Dillian. I text Dillian all the time. Like, Dillian's my best friend. I text him all the time. But then, obviously, you know what I mean? 2 seconds later, they'd be blowing smoke, yeah, down at AJ's bong hole as well. So it's going to be interesting to see in it which of these two fighters, which of these two fighters the fanboys side with. Do you think that Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder is really going to happen? And do you think that the bottom line of it here, yeah, is that Matchroom can see the writing on the wall, yeah, and that they're going to start cashing out on Anthony Joshua? Do you think that's unfair, or do you think that's not unfair? Let me know what you think about that. Do you think, like, this is cash out time now? They can see the writing on the wall, and, you know, listen, if this was 2017, 2018, innit, we would have heard a whole bunch of stories, innit, about, you know, contracts, term sheets, flat fees, pay-per-view sales, who's a draw. But now you can see the fight can happen in Saudi Arabia. There's a shit ton of money to be made, and Anthony Joshua's coming to the end of his career, isn't it? And it seems very, very convenient that now his promoters can see a big pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. They can smell that Saudi money, innit? The promoters can smell that big Saudi money, man. What are they going to pay? 200 million or something, or 400 million for two of the biggest fights in boxing on the same night. So listen, the promoters, yeah, the promoters can smell it now. Look, they know Anthony Joshua's coming towards the. I'm not being disrespectful, but they know Anthony Joshua's coming towards the end of his career, right? He had problems selling out the O2 Arena against Jermaine Franklin in his last fight. Yeah. So the big question marks over whether his drawing capacity is still the same as it always was. And his promoters can see in it. Look, listen, let's throw him in with Deontay Wilder. Let's throw him in with Deontay Wilder in the middle of Saudi Arabia. And let's get 10% of 200 million. What is 10% of 200 million? It's a lot of fucking money, isn't it? Probably 20 million. But then again, one last question. If AJ does beat Deontay Wilder, obviously we can't give him any credit, right? Because Wilder's a bum. How the fanboys going to get over that one? Because you spent the last fucking 10 years calling Wilder a bum. So if Wilder's a bum, right, I'm just going to let you know. If AJ beats Deontay Wilder, I can't give him any credit, right? I'd like to give him credit, but I can't give him any credit. Press 1 if you agree with me, press 2 if you disagree. If AJ does beat Wilder, I can't give him any credit because the fanboys spent the last fucking 5-6 years telling me that Wilder's a bum and he's fought nobody and he's never beaten anybody. So why is that a big fight then? Why would Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder be such a big fight if Wilder's a bum who's fought nobody, who's a shit boxer, who's only got one punch, who's a right hand? And we discredited Tyson Fury, right? All Tyson Fury's 2 wins, really 3 wins, over Deontay Wilder, they don't mean anything, do they? Because Wilder's a one-dimensional, one-handed bum, innit? Who ain't fought nobody with no resume. And like I said before, Fury basically cherry-picked him, didn't he? Right? So he's easy, isn't he? So if Anthony Joshua turns around and beats the guy that basically got beaten 3 times in a row by got beat 3 times by Tyson Fury, we ain't going to give Anthony Joshua any credit, are we? Or are we? Or will the same guys who have been saying Wilder's a bum and he's rubbish and he's got no resume and he's a scrub and he's one-handed and he's one-dimensional and anybody could beat him, are these same guys going to start blowing smoke here up AJ's tonsils if AJ beats him? Interesting, isn't it? Interesting. It's funny how these guys chop and change every 5 minutes, isn't it? It's funny how these guys chop and change, isn't it? But obviously, like I said before, when you ain't got a proper job, and you're relying on YouTube money for income, life's tough, innit? Life's tough, man. Life's a hard life, man, when you're relying on that YouTube money for income. Gotta crank out them videos every week, innit? Otherwise, you ain't getting none of that super chat money. Me, listen, all I do is turn up in Waitrose and M&S, and you know the rest of the story. Right, let's break it up a bit. I want to do some Twitter news. I want to do a quick check on some female boxing. All right, let's just do a quick roundup on, because you know, like this world, innit? It's all big on equality, innit? Equality is really important. So, in the name of equality, I think it's really important that we check up here what's going on in the world of female boxing. So, if you just give me a sec, I'm pleased to announce that Clarissa Shields is now single. For those of you like Sheben, yeah, who are massive Clarissa Shields fans, innit? Yeah. I just want you to know that Clarissa Shields is officially available and on the market. Here we go. Clarissa Shields here, always tweeting out a fucking personal business on social media. Never leaves too much. Some of these fighters need to leave something to the imagination, innit? Do you not think some of these fighters need to leave something to the imagination? Have some of these fighters ever heard of Mystique before? Do you know what I mean? Have some of these fighters ever heard of Mystique? Shit. Jesus, they're telling us every time they go and do a fucking, you know what, they're quick to come and tell us. So Clarissa Shields, let's go and see this tweet, because she out here telling everybody about her fucking marital status and the shit, as if anybody gave a shit. Here we go. This is the latest from Clarissa Shields. Single don't mean available. I'm literally in a relationship with myself. Don't feel like being bothered either. So Chevin, if you're listening, that's you out of the picture, bro. So you can quick send it to them DMs, innit? Chev, you can quick creep it up and Clarissa Shields DMs now, because she ain't available. She told you, innit? Yeah. She's in a relationship with herself and she don't feel like being bothered neither. So all you guys out there in the LDBC who are them big fans of Clarissa Shields, coming out here, the woman out here calling herself T-Rex, and you guys telling me she's a dime piece. I don't know about that. Listen, when I be watching these hot tub girls on the Twitch, I don't know. They don't call themselves T-Rex. T-Rex ain't the kind of objectives they be using to describe themselves. Fact that this grown woman coming on the gram, calling herself T-Rex. Fact that she calls herself T-Rex kind of tells you all you need to know. But look, if there's any confirmation, there you go. Clarissa is on the market and available, yeah, for those who want to know. Now, also, let's check out what's going on in the world of female boxing. I tell you, we talk about Clarissa Shields. She needs to keep her business to herself. Somebody who's going down a very, very slippery slope at the minute is my girl, Michaela Meyer. I have to quickly say this, yeah, before we move on to the Tyson Fury news. Michaela, I am going to cover Shanika Johnson in a second, I will. But this Michaela Meyer, yeah, I tell you what, she's on OnlyFans, isn't it, yeah? So we gave her the pass on that because she's on OnlyFans and she's like, well, it's only going to be boxing content and training content. That's how this OnlyFans game started with Michaela Meyer, innit? I'm on OnlyFans, yeah, but I'm only going to put up boxing content and like training content and stuff like that. Well, I don't know, yeah, about you, but some of this content, yeah, that's coming out on Michaela Meyer's OnlyFans, yeah, which I don't know if she's taking it down, but some of the photos that this woman be taking, yeah, be looking rather risque to me. Not these ones. We'll show you in a minute. We'll see if we can get some of the latest gems. Look at this. That's it, Richard. Yeah, that's always how it starts. She's talking about OnlyFans, yeah, and she's like, look, this is just going to be for boxing content. But some of these pictures that I see be coming out of Michaela Meyer, yeah, it ain't looking good. Look. It started off as boxing content, but it's veering off into something very different, man. Where's that Castillo mem? Look at this stuff. Look, where's that Castillo mem? It ain't looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. It ain't looking good, man. Oh, dear. Michaela Meyer, that OnlyFans content is going up a notch, isn't it? That OnlyFans content's going up a notch. Boxing content, apparently. Boxing content. I don't know. I can't see much boxing going on here. But anyway, yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, innit? If you're into that kind of thing, give Michaela Meyer a shout out on OnlyFans and tell them Ultra sent you for all the quote-unquote boxing content, yeah? That'd be out here. And of course, yeah, we couldn't mention female boxing without mentioning what happened at the weigh-in this week with Sharika Johnson turning up. And I'll be honest with you, I did feel for Ellie Scottney. That has to be, yeah, one of the worst weighing pictures of all time, innit? I do feel bad for Ellie Scottney being lined up next to that. But like I said before, Ellie Scottney, congratulations. World champion. And how many fights did she become world champion? Ellie Scottney became the IBF world champion in her 6th or 7th fight. What to say about this? What to say about the state of this boxing at the minute? You've got fighters turning up to weigh-ins topless. Half the fighters are on OnlyFans. We've got fighters turning up to the ring in bra and panties. And we've now got fighters turning up to the ring with no clothes on. And we've got fighters becoming world champions in their 6th and 7th fight. And they're showing this stuff on, they're showing this stuff on the zone topping the fucking bill, calling this stuff world title fights. Oh, we've got 2 world title fights tonight. Have you seen how they promote this stuff? Oh, we've got 2 world title fights tonight. Well, this is a big show. We've got 2 world titles on the line. You've literally got world titles involving topless women. You've got topless women turning up in boxing rings, fighting for world titles. This girl's had 6 fights. She had 6 fights. She's rocking up to fight a fucking topless OnlyFans model. Apparently, they're giving away the IBF, right, to give away a title for this. Shameful, isn't it? Absolutely fucking shameful to give a world title away for that. That's embarrassing, man. In fact, the whole fucking sport's embarrassing. Billing this shit as a world title. Listen, throw this stuff in the gutter. It's an absolute embarrassment. And speaking of Ebony Bridges, like I said before, there's a reason why Ebony Bridges hasn't had a title defense in some time. She's making more money on OnlyFans than she is boxing. She's making more money in the ring. She's making more money on OnlyFans, yeah, than she is boxing. She's making nearly $500,000 a year on OnlyFans. She's got a whole group of guys out there that are just sending her money for no reason. So, like I said before, I'm definitely one for equality. But how do I say this without getting cancelled? There is clearly a very, very big problem in it in that side of the sport, isn't there? The lack of depth is terrible. Most of the fights to watch, in my opinion, are absolutely terrible. And, you know, most of the combatants that are involved are also terrible, if you ask me. Handful of world-class fighters, but your Katie Taylors and your Savannah Marshalls, well, she's probably... let me rephrase that. Your Katie Taylors, your Clarissa Shields, and your Amanda Serranos are very, very few and far between. Righty-ho. Yeah, Elbrook. I'm not going to get into Elbrook because I get along... I get along very, very well with Mark Tibbs. So I'm not going to lay into Elbrook, but with Elbrook in it, the jokes write themselves. To be fair to Elbrook, though, Elbrook isn't coming around and pretending to be anything she's not. She's not coming out and saying she's going to be a world champion or anything like that. She's not stupid. She's not pretending to be anything that she's not. But yes, I did see clips of Elbrook's interview with Piers Morgan, and I did see Elbrook's comment about, well, at least my children will grow up in a Ferrari. I've got my own thoughts on that, and you know my thoughts on people having children who shouldn't have children, which is why I'm not having children. You know my thoughts on that, but that will be a show possibly for another day, maybe on Rumble or maybe on Kick somewhere down the line. Right, where are we at? We've done our AJ news. Let's do a wrap up of what's going on in boxing, and then we'll move on to this idiot called Tyson Fury. What's he doing at the minute? Tyson Fury on a fucking PR extravaganza. Apparently, he's visiting orphanages in fucking Thailand at the minute with Isaac Lowe. That's got to be pretty unfucking comfortable, isn't it? When Isaac Lowe, yeah, turns up to a fucking orphanage in Thailand, yeah, and he's still not in the top 10 smartest people in the room. Those fucking orphans in Thailand will be teaching fucking Isaac Lowe how to spell, innit? Do you know what I mean? You know all them English teachers that go out to fucking Thailand, innit? Them fucking orphans in Thailand will be teaching Isaac Lowe how to speak fucking English. Matter of fact, yeah, let's see if we can get this fucking idiot's crap up right now. Can you fucking believe this? Isaac Lowe, yeah, Tyson Fury took Isaac Lowe to an orphanage. Maybe he's thinking of leaving him there. Let me see if I can get this shit. Maybe he's thinking of leaving it there, man. Let me see if I can get this up. If anybody's got the links, let me know, man. I'm trying to find it. I'll try and find it in a minute. But Tyson Fury in Thailand, yeah, doing the whole PR tour. Hold on. Let me put this up. Isaac Lowe in tow, yeah? Listen, if I was in Tyson Fury's camp, I'd be done. Leave Isaac Lowe, daddy. I'd leave Isaac Lowe in the orphanage, bro. Leave him there, innit? Yeah. Leave him there. What's the point? There's no need for him to be there. He's fucking some imaginary sparring session. Listen, like we take the piss, but this opponent probably gave him more work than Dillian Whyte did. Let's be fucking honest about it. I know we're not big fans of Tyson Fury right now because of what he's doing and what he's doing. But let's be honest with you. Look, this guy's a a better fight. These guys here will Dillian Whyte. This guy's landed more punches in his fight with Tyson than Dillian Whyte did. And Dillian Whyte's about to get himself another big fucking payday against Anthony Joshua. But it is what it is. But yeah, here we go. Here's Tyson Fury out in Thailand, yeah? As you can see, there you go. How the fuck does this guy keep hanging on? You got Isaac Lowe in there, yeah? Isaac Lowe getting in there. I mean, it's just like, how does this guy do it? How does this guy do it? How does this guy keep doing it? And like someone said, who the fuck is paying for this guy's who's paying for this guy's plane ticket to actually get him over there? I mean, you can see that's Tyson Fury's longtime friend and bodyguard. This guy actually performs some kind of function that requires payment. So I can understand why he's over there. You know, Big John Fury, Jesus Christ, if I can let Big John Fury into a Thai orphanage, he'll be in there telling all those young Thai kids about the hard road, innit? He'll be in there telling all these young Thai kids about the fucking hard road. These kids, yeah, will be fucking, living in extreme poverty, no doubt. Some of these kids at a Thai orphanage live in extreme poverty until Big John Fury comes on and tells them, look, get your shit together. You ain't lived on the hard road like me. Maybe Big John can give them some of his recipes, innit? I bet that will go down a fucking treat, yeah, down in Thailand. Maybe Big John Fury can give some of his cooking recipes. The same ones he had to make Andy Pearl had to go and sit and eat down on Boxing Social. Here you go, Fury's food, cooking with John Fury. I'm sure those hungry orphans would certainly like some roast badger in a hedgehog sauce. Absolutely, with unfiltered water. And Yo King beat me to it. Unfiltered water, straight from the stream. Hey, if the hunger don't kill them, the bacteria will. So terrible, but okay, maybe I take that back. But you know what I mean? Big John's cooking, in it. If the hunger don't kill them, the bacteria will. There you go. Fresh from the stream. It is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. But yeah, where's that Tyson Fury picture? I've lost my bearings here. Here we go. In all my fun, I've lost my bearings. So you got Isaac Lowe in it. It is what it is. You got Big John Fury, who's one of the biggest clowns in the history of boxing, and you got Tyson Fury, who just seems to be on the wagon a little bit, going off the wagon a bit. Don't you think he definitely needs to tune up? By the way, before Usyk, Fury, do you not think? I definitely think Fury needs a tune-up. They need to get him out in September, and it needs to be a Tom Swartz, isn't it? It needs to be a Tom Swartz type of fight, or it needs to be a fucking Otto Weiling rematch, because Fury's been on the... I'm not sure he's been on the straight and narrow recently. So he definitely needs to get back from Thailand nice and safe, get himself in the right frame of mind, have a shower, have a shave, yeah? Get himself back in the gym, and he needs to get himself sorted out. He definitely needs a tune-up. Can't put him in a ring with Usyk in his current fucking state in a minute. Can't put him in a ring with Usyk in his current state there, Fury. He's a man, Fury, that needs to be kept busy, right? He needs to be kept busy. If he's not being kept busy, he's a guy who goes off the rails very, very, very quickly. So, like I said before, he's a guy who needs to be kept busy. So, actually, to be honest with you, that Usyk fight not taking place, right, is a fucking godsend for him right now. Because what he needs is Frank Warren to get him the fight with a third fight with Chisora. Or what he needs is Frank Warren to put him in a ring with David Adele or something like that. Do you know what I mean? He needs anything. Do you know what I mean? Stick him in a ring with Steve USSR Robinson for all I care. But he needs a nice tune-up. He needs a nice knockover to get the ring rust off and to get the dust off him. and then he can go back to actually performing his duties as the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Speaking of heavyweight champions, Daniel Dubois versus Alexander Usyk will be coming to an arena in Poland near you. Daniel Dubois, Jesus fucking Christ. Let's get a picture up of Daniel Dubois. Because obviously, it's important that when you're doing a YouTube show and you're doing a live show, it's important to put pictures up of people on the screen so that if people don't know who Daniel Dubois is, if people don't actually know who Daniel Dubois is, some people might be new to the show. They might not know who Daniel Dubois is. So it's quite important that you get pictures up so people know, oh yeah, that's the guy you're talking about. So we got this guy Dubois, aka Coop, yeah, who will be getting in a ring in Poland shortly with Alexander Usyk in a fight that Frank Warren says he's going to win by knockout. Man, Frank Warren recently, man. Things ain't looking good down at Queensbury HQ. There's a reason why I've been making a video a month, man. Things ain't looking too good, yeah, down at Queensbury HQ right now, man. Jesus Christ, man. We're relying on Daniel Dubois, yeah, to step into Poland and do a job on Alexander Usyk. Fucking hell. Talk about a win and a prayer, innit? What's that football meme? Was it 99% hope, 1% faith or something? What's that fucking meme? Jesus fucking Christ. What's Frank Warren talking about? Dubois is going to knock out Usyk. You know he's going into the ring with Don Charles as his trainer. You know that? Because his dad done fucked over his relationship with Shane McGuigan. So Dubois is now not only going to Poland, yeah? Not only is he going to Poland, but he's going to Poland with Don Charles as his coach. Frank Warren coming out saying that Daniel Dubois is going to beat Alexander Usyk. I'm here to tell you today that Daniel Dubois will be lucky to come back alive after that fight with Alexander Usyk. I'm serious, man. Boxing's a fucking dangerous sport. We've already got somebody, and I'm not making any jokes at the minute, but obviously we had that Nick Ball Ludmati fight, and Ludmati, God rest his soul, is still in the in Belfast Hospital. I believe he's just been brought out of a coma, and I believe he's actually making progress, but he had a bleed on his brain. I mean, listen, boxing is a very, 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 very serious sport. It's a very, very serious sport anytime you fight a pound for pound guy like Alexander Usyk, yeah, who's just a terrible, terrible matchup in every way for Daniel Dubois. But to top it off and then bring in, Don Charles as your coach. Listen, you know when Daniel Dubois is in that corner, he's looking for a way out, innit? You know when he's looking for a way out, a bit like, we've seen Dubois in the past where he's been hurt, not from his own, but not so much the Joe Joyce fight, but if you look at him in the corner for the Kevin Lorena fight, I think that Shane McGuigan did a very, very, very good job with Daniel Dubois of keeping him focused, because I think Dubois mentally, when his Achilles went, when his ACL went in that fight against the Lorena, you could kind of see from the conversation they were having in the corner that Dubois was very, very distressed in there. Yeah, very, very distressed in there. There have also been a few sparring stories that we've heard about, about Daniel Dubois in the past. When things don't go his own way in sparring and people start to get on top of him on sparring, do the toys come out of the pram a little bit? We'll have to wait and see, right? We'll have to wait and see. So mentally, there's question marks over there. Now, if he gets hurt by Alexander Usyk and Don Charles is in that corner, Don Charles ain't pulling him out. Just so you know that. There you go. Richard says, Don Charles ain't throwing in that towel. He's going to give him some of that tough love he gave to Zora. Bro, I'm telling you right now, Don Charles, yeah, Daniel Dubois could have his eye hanging out of his socket. Yeah, all right. Daniel Dubois could have his eye hanging out of his socket. Look, let me show you what could happen to Daniel Dubois. Look, let me, because you got to make it here. We got to just give you guys the graphics, yeah, so you guys know what's going on, right? Listen, Daniel Dubois could return to the corner, yeah, and Don Charles could be in there. And you've seen that scene, yeah, in The Terminator from 1984. Daniel Dubois could come back to the ring, yeah, come back to the corner with an eye looking like this. Don Charles is sending them out to fight. I'm here to tell you that today, yeah? I'm here to tell you that today. Don Charles is sending him out to fight. I'm telling you. Listen, Daniel, grow up. It's only a scratch. Go out there, yeah? Go out there and give me some head movement. You know what's going to happen, innit? Daniel Dubois will be sitting there pushing his eye back into his socket, and Don Charles will be telling him to go out there, use head movement, and that he's got 6 rounds to go. Grant and G says it's like Don Charles gets paid per round. Sharon says Don Charles is like Tony. Don Charles is like Tony, aka Mortal Kombat Tony's reviews, innit? Blood and guts, blood and thunder, innit? Fight to the finish, innit? Jesus fucking Christ. You know what Tony's like. So yeah. Just saying for Daniel Dubois, innit, yeah? He better think nicely and clearly about going into the... Really and truly, Dubois should be pulled out. I'm kind of low-key hoping, yeah, that, he can't fight because it's a disaster. Daniel Dubois, 100%, it's a disaster. The one thing I will say, yeah? The one thing I will say about Dubois, right? And the one thing I will say, the one piece of hope I will give Frank Warren about this Dubois fight is to follow him. I think that a lot of opponents, and I've said this before, right? So I'm rehashing old jokes, but I'm just saying this, right? I think part of the thing with Alexander Usyk is that he makes opponents really overthink it in the ring because of the activity, because of the feinting, because he's very, very hyper, yeah, in the ring. I do think he sucks fighters in, and I do think he makes fighters fight his fight, and I think he makes fighters really overthink. See Anthony Joshua, right? Anthony Joshua spent 2 fights talking about how he was going to be the bully against Usyk and pay caution to the wind and bum rush him and do all these things. And in the end, Anthony Joshua fell into Alexander Usyk's rhythm and started fighting his fight. I will tell you this, yeah. Chisora, in my opinion, had more success against Alexander Usyk than Anthony Joshua did in Anthony Joshua's first fight. So you got the first fight, Usyk's first fight with Anthony Joshua, and Derek Chisora's only fight with Alexander Usyk. I thought Derek Chisora pushed Alexander Usyk a bit more than Anthony Joshua did, right? And I think, that's because of Chisora's crude style. He pays caution to the wind. He's not a particularly intelligent fighter, right? But and that actually, believe it or not, what I'm trying to say is Daniel Dubois' lack of a brain may actually help him in this fight. Like literally, like, I'm being serious. Like Daniel Dubois' one-dimensionalness, his lack of a game plan, it might actually help him in this fight with Usyk. Because I don't think he's going to go in there and overthink it. He's going to go in there and he's going to be Daniel Dubois. Jab, right hand, jab, right hand, jab, right hand, jab, right hand, yeah? And we'll have to wait and see. Maybe, like I said, I'm not expecting an upset, but maybe Dubois will actually look better than people expect him to. Because, like I said, he's not gonna overthink it. Like I said, his ring IQ is ain't looking too good right now. So don't worry about Dubois overthinking it or doing anything. I mean, the man barely knows how to string a sentence together as it is, right? So he's going to go in there. He's going to throw his combinations. He's going to give it a go. So maybe, like I said before, styles make fights in boxing. Styles make fights. Maybe the crudeness of Dubois might actually serve him well in this fight with Alexander Usyk. But look, we're clutching at straws. Really, you should be pulled out. Usyk's the last kind of guy you want to fight coming off an ACL injury. Having said that, Usyk is getting older. He's getting older, and there's things going on in Ukraine. And when was the last time Alexander Usyk fought again? Oh my God, when was the last time he fought? Hold on, I'm going to cheat and check box rec. Has he been out of the ring for nearly a year or something? Did he last fight in August against Anthony Joshua or something? August last year or something? Let me check. Was it August last year? I've forgotten about that fight already. Haven't forgotten about AJ's post-fight breakdown, but I've forgotten about that fight already. Let me know. But was it August last year? Could be interesting, Could be interesting. So he's getting old, Usyk. What was he, 37 years old? 37 years old, not being the most active fighter in the world. He fights a very, 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 his style relies on activity, Usyk. He has to be in tip-top shape because his style relies on lots of movement, lots of feinting, lots of in and out movement. So he has to be in tip-top shape. So we'll see. We'll see. It is what it is. Shevin says, if Usyk takes a hard body shot from DDD, he will hurt Usyk bad and he will go for it. Yeah, just as well that Daniel Dubois doesn't throw to the body, innit? Just as well for Usyk that Daniel Dubois don't throw no body shots. All he does is throw the 1-2 and the occasional left hook to the head. Dubois, innit? The Daniel Dubois book of boxing. 3 shots, mate. If you made a Daniel Dubois, if Daniel Dubois ever decides to be a professional boxing coach, yeah, and we get the Daniel Dubois manual of boxing, that'll be a 3-page book, yeah? Jab, right hand, left hook. Literally, that will be a 3-page book, and that's it. Right. Is there anything else that we need to talk about that I have missed out on in this episode? Please feel free to hit the like button. We could do with the likes. I haven't really been doing these shows for a long time, to be honest. These days I'm sort of getting more into football, to be honest, again, than some of this stuff, because in boxing, it's just the same old shit. Promoter wars, fanboys banging on about promoters all day. Dillian Whyte's got a better chin than Tyson Fury. I've got Dillian Whyte's number in my phone book. I phoned Dillian Whyte the other day. Dillian's my best. It's just cringeworthy, There's a lot of talking going on, but ain't a lot of fucking fighting going on. Do you know what I mean? Call me up when there are actually some fights, innit? Come and phone me when there's some actual fight. And by fights, I mean actual real fights. Like not talking Ellie Scotney and Sharika Jenkins. I'm talking real fights like Josh Taylor last night versus Teofimo Lopez. If anybody's got any thoughts on Josh Taylor versus Teofimo Lopez that they couldn't give during our 6 a.m. Live show this morning, come and let us know. I said it before and I'll say it again. I think Josh Taylor's finished at the top level of the sport. I think that Josh Taylor was done at the weigh-in. He said he felt great, and he reaffirmed that today in a statement that he just released an hour ago. He said he felt great going into the fight. He said it was the best training camp he ever felt. I have to say, Tony was right. He looked great on the scales. He looked in great condition. Did not look emaciated. But I still maintain, right, and I don't know how you guys feel about this. I'm not a professional boxer. I'm not even a white-collar boxer. But listen, I still maintain there's a big difference between feeling good in the gym and feeling good under the lights. It's 2 different sports. Like how amateur boxing is a completely different sport to professional boxing, which I've been telling people on this channel for the best part of 10, 15 years. Amateur boxing and professional boxing are literally 2 different sports, right? Fucking Doing something in the gym and doing something under the lights with fucking 8-10 ounce gloves on is a completely different story. I don't give a shit how you feel in the gym. We've all been there. Feel great in the gym, and then when it comes time, you don't feel it. It's not there. I don't think Josh Taylor can do the weight. I don't think he can do the weight anymore. And I think, that he's going to have to move up to welterweight. The problem is, when he moves up to welterweight, he's going to lose all of his physical advantages and he's going to be in big trouble. If you want to hear the technical breakdown on that fight from myself and from Tony's reviews, you can go to my YouTube channel right now if you wish to, or although leaving while we're doing a live would be rather rude. But if you want to go to my YouTube channel, you can go and see Teofimo Lopez destroys Josh Taylor. There you go. The takeover is back. Is that the end of Josh Taylor? We did that live show at 6 a.m. I watched the fight and we did it right after the fight. So you can hear myself and Tony's reviews going through the technical aspects of that fight and what Taylor did right and what Taylor did wrong. For me, Josh Taylor looks to be finished at the minute. Just looking at Michael Montero, he's saying inactivity destroyed Josh Taylor. I'm not sure it was even inactivity. I just think it's just he just can't make the weight. Simple as that. He's flat. You can see it in the way he was fighting. Can't make the weight. Can't do the weight and maintain the pressure. Do you know what I mean? Like his fighting style, Josh Taylor's fighting style means that he needs to have a high gas tank because he needs to be in there. He needs to be pushing fighters back. He needs to be manhandling them, sitting down on the shots, whipping in the body shots, pushing fighters around. Do you know what I mean? He's if you look at his fight against Regis Prograis, it was just a non-stop high action fight, lots of close quarters work, lots of pivoting, and that takes its toll on the legs. The way Josh Taylor fights, where he's sitting down in his shots and then he's pivoting around fighters and he's throwing in the body shots. Go in the gym today and do that on the bag. Honestly, go in the gym right now. Go to your local fitness first in the gym right now. Right, sit down on your shots a little bit. Right, so put a little bit of a dip in your knees. Get up close to the bag. Put a little dip in your knees and start pivoting around the bag and throwing hooks to the body, and you'll be gassed. It's a very, very hard style of fighting, which you need a lot of cardio. You need to have a very, very good core, and you need very, very, very strong legs. And I think, Josh Taylor made the weight, but he was zapped. And I'm not saying he's better than. I'm not trying to take anything away from Teofimo Lopez at all, right? I'm just telling you how I see it. Yeah, I'm no fan of Josh Taylor, but he was absolutely zapped from the time he got in the ring. To be honest, for me, he was absolutely zapped. So we'll have to wait and see. It was what it was. Ronan says, "Hey Ultra, always wanted to ask why is it when someone loses a fight, fans are quick to label them finished?" No, I agree with you. That's wrong. But the reason why I say I think Josh Taylor's finished is purely because, not because he lost, but purely because I've always believed that when he goes up to welterweight, he will get smashed. And I've said that even when he was undefeated and winning World Boxing Super Series. And that just is what it is. Like, I've been pretty consistent on Josh Taylor, saying that good fighter, one of Britain's greatest ever world champions, but he's a weight bully at 140 pounds. He's a weight bully at 140 pounds, whose whole style really relies on physicality. And when he goes up to welterweight and starts fighting some of those elite fighters, is the physicality going to be the same? I don't think it is. And I think he's going to get himself into big trouble. And I've always stood by that with Josh Taylor on that. And that's why I believe he's finished, because I think that while he goes up to welterweight, listen, he'll go up to welterweight, and he'll have a couple of tune-ups and it'll look good because he'll be fresh. He won't be having to kill himself to make the weight anymore. It'll look good. But it's when he starts fighting for titles or when he starts fighting the big guys, it's going to end in tears, In my opinion, it's going to end in tears. And that's why I say he's finished at the elite level, because I don't think, and I could be completely wrong. And if I'm wrong, I take it back. But I don't see, with his fighting style, which is very, very physical. You know what? Can I just say something as well, by the way, guys? Press 1 if you agree with me. Press 2 if you disagree with me. Do you remember years ago that people used to say Josh Taylor was slick, and I used to laugh at them on this channel? Let's see if we can find some of this stuff on Twitter. Do you guys remember that shit? Press 1 if you remember that stuff. Years and years ago, these boxing experts that used to come on social media. Do you remember that they used to turn around and make the case for Josh Taylor slick? Do you remember that? And I was saying, how is Josh Taylor slick? He's one of the most unslick fighters I've ever seen. Oh, he's a slick southpaw. He's one of the most unslick fighters I've ever seen. Takes one to give one. Sits in a pocket, takes one to give one, and engages. Yeah, Chris Esses remembers. Yeah. I was like, what are people fucking talking about? We used to laugh about that. Do you remember that? Yeah, they used to call him George Seager, slick southpaw fighter, because people who don't know anything about boxing and who've never put gloves on think that all southpaws are slick. Have you noticed that? They think that all southpaws are slick. They're so stupid. They think that because you're left-handed, that somehow you're slick. Like, let me quickly tell you something before I go. One way to spot somebody who knows absolutely nothing about boxing is when they start talking about southpaws, and when you hear them say the southpaw style, yeah, or the southpaw style or slick southpaw, trust me when I say this, disregard everything they ever say about boxing after that. They don't have a clue what they're talking about. Like, I'm here to tell you today, there is no intrinsic advantage to being a southpaw, pretty much. Being a southpaw just means your power hand is your left hand. The only thing about southpaws is because there are less left-handed people in the world than there are right-handed people. Yeah, right-handers fight southpaws a lot less than they do orthodoxes because there's a lot less of them. So yes, it can be a problem for an orthodox fighter because they're not used to being in front, yeah, or they've seen a lot less left-handers, right? They've had a lot less exposure to left-handers. That's what it is, but there's no actual intrinsic advantage that you get in a boxing ring from boxing with your left hand. It just means your left hand. There's no intrinsic advantage. But idiots who don't know anything about boxing, who spend all day, yeah, making stupid lists, pound for pound lists, Ring magazine lists, who's this, who's that, they don't have a clue, banging on about resumes and pay-per-view sales. They actually believe that there's some kind of magical advantage that because you write with your left hand, that gives you an automatic advantage in the ring. The advantage comes from the fact that there's less of you. So right-handers, some right-handers haven't seen a left-hander before. Some right-handers haven't sparred a left-hander before. So when they get in the ring, yeah, the angles can be a little bit different. So it's a lack of familiarity. But you guys understand what I'm saying? But that's it. Other than a lack of familiarity, that is it. It's the same fight. Right? Other than lack of familiarity, that is it. It's the same. There's no actual like intrinsic physical advantage that you get. Oh, people believe like because you're left-handed, you know you're slick. Oh, he's a southpaw, so he's slick. Oh, he's a southpaw, so he can avoid punches more. Oh, he's a southpaw, so no, that's not how boxing works. Being a southpaw just means you punch with your left hand. That's all it means. Stop trying to be clever, and that's what I'm saying in the game at the minute, right? And we'll finish off with trainers. There's too many people in the game who try and say shit to make themselves look clever, but they're muppets. I'm just telling you the truth. There's too many people in this game who try and overdo things. They try and over-egg the pudding. They try and come up with these fancy phrases. Do you know what I mean? They try and make shit to be a lot more complicated than it actually is to try and make themselves look clever. Then you're not clever. You never put gloves on. You don't know what you're talking about. The real good trainers in boxing, right? Guys like Mark Tibbs, who I have to say, I haven't seen him train, but I know a little bit about Mark and I, but they're clever. They keep it simple. They keep it nice. I'm not saying there's no craft. I'm not saying there's no nous, right? But you know what I'm talking about. They don't over-egg the pudding to try and make themselves look cleverer than they actually are and start making up stupid phrases and stupid catchphrases and saying things that are anything other. Do you know what I mean? That are anything other than, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Boz agrees. Yeah, Chris agrees. You know what I mean? There's a lot of this going on in boxing, yeah? And since, you know, the arrival of YouTube and the internet, there's a lot of people out there who try and come up with these stupid phrases and terms and really overcomplicate things to try and make themselves look clever, like they're some kind of expert boxing analyst. No, you're not. You're not an expert boxing analyst because, trust me when I say this, you're not an expert boxing analyst because you don't go into the gym. You don't go into the gym. And if you did go into the gym, you wouldn't know what to do. And if you did walk in the gym, by the way, if any one of these guys walked into a boxing gym and tried to assist or help somebody, they would get laughed out of the gym. Trust me when I say that. Go walk into a boxing gym and try. Oh, you know what? I think you should do this. I've seen it before. Oh, you know what? Oh, I think you should do this. Like, oh, yeah. I think you would get laughed, mate. You're the kind of guy, right, that people go, yeah, okay. And then as soon as you leave the gym, people are going, fucking hell, you seen this guy come in the gym? Fucking hell, trying to talk to everybody, telling everybody what to do, giving him his advice. Nobody wants your advice. You're fucking shit. Nobody wants your advice. I don't know. You know what I mean? We've all seen him, innit? It's cringe, innit? It's cringe. Josh Taylor is not slick at all. Stop it. The new one, by the way, is what's the new one now? These Muppets, trainers. The role of the trainer in boxing, I swear to God, it's like a jockey in horse racing. It's one of the most overrated roles in boxing because at the end of the day, right, as we found out with Josh Taylor last night, Josh Taylor's trainer could give him 1,000,001 instructions, but if you're not able to perform, if you're physically not able, and you can go and listen to my review of it last night, I thought Josh Taylor looked flat-footed, no bounce in his feet, and he was fighting at a high pace for the first 30 seconds of a round, and then he was tailing off and failing mid to late in each round, which tells me he's done, to be honest. Tells me he's done. His feet were all over the place. He was loading up on shots. You could see, for me, he was forcing it. He looked like a guy who got in the ring and he was zapped. That's just my opinion, right? Now, if that's the case, it doesn't matter what trainer's in there. Angelo Dundee, fucking Emmanuel Stewart, and fucking, I don't know, fucking Custamato could be all in Josh Taylor's corner at the same time. And Teofimo Lopez would have still whooped him in the same way. Too much emphasis on fucking trainers. Do you want to hear, oh, if Shane McGuigan was with Josh Taylor, this would never have happened? Well, I think it would have happened. I think it would have happened. I don't think Shane McGuigan makes any difference because at the end of the day, right, it is what it is. Josh Taylor can't do the cut no more. The cut is zapping him. The cut is taking something out of him when he gets into the ring. And if you haven't got, right, doesn't matter what trainer you've got, if you go into a boxing ring and you haven't put the work in and you are not physically up to par, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are going to get found out for the most part, right? And that's it. Physical fitness in boxing, right? Being able to actually be physically fit enough to execute the game plan is the bare minimum that you need when you get in the ring at that kind of level. To be honest, it's the bare minimum you need when you get in the ring at pretty much any level other than low-level amateur or low-level white collar. Yeah? You need to be physically fit at an absolute premium. That's why it's the de facto standard for fighters to have six packs and be lean and look ripped. They're not doing it for the looks. You have to be, before you do anything in boxing, right? You have to be physically fit because you can have all the skills in the world, right? But if you're not physically fit and you've got a guy that's physically fitter than you and grinds you down, it's going to be, game over. So I don't buy into all of this stuff about Shane McGuigan, and if Shane McGuigan was in the ring with Josh Taylor, it all would have been different. I don't think so. The real story is Josh Taylor can't do 140 anymore. That's the real story. Doesn't matter who his coach is. It doesn't matter who his coach is, to be honest with you. And I think, like I said before, people put too much emphasis on trainers. A trainer can tell a fighter whatever he wants. If the fighter doesn't have the physical fitness to follow the trainer's instructions, or if the fighter doesn't understand the trainer's instructions, or listen, it happens so many times when you get in the ring. You fight on instinct, man. These fighters are fighting on instinct. And they're involved in a scrap. They're the one taking punches, not the trainer. And the trainer's telling them stuff, but the fighter's fighting on instinct. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Press one if you agree. The fighter could tell them all these cute things and all these cute comments and all this and that, and all this and all that. But sometimes, look, especially when fighters are getting in the ring, big bombs are being traded, and both fighters are getting hurt, they're fighting on fucking instinct. Do you know what I mean? It's a dogfight. And that's what happens in boxing. But fights descend into dogfights, don't they? They descend into dogfight. We've all been there. You tell a guy, look, you need to be clever in the ring. You need to be cute in the ring. And the fighters don't listen. They're in the gym and they're throwing bombs. So we've all seen it in the gym, innit? Thinking, oh, why aren't these guys playing nice? But they're in there, they're throwing bombs because egos get involved. Fighters get hurt. Instincts kick in. And when instincts kick in, you are what you are, innit? You are what you are. It doesn't matter what a trainer tells you. You are what you are. So, like, too much emphasis, yeah, on trainers in the ring. Jesus fucking Christ. It is what it is. Anyway, right. I agree, George C. No, I don't know more than you, Van. You've had a fight. I haven't had a fight, Van. I'm pretty sure, Vanguards, you had a fight. I haven't had a fight. I'm pretty sure you had one, though. We've had this conversation before. So you know more than me. But look, all I can do is give my opinion. Take care of yourselves and each other.